You won't believe what your cat is really trying to say when they roll over like that. It's not just a cute pose, and it's definitely not always an invitation for belly rubs. Have you ever seen your cat suddenly flop onto their side and start rolling around like they're trying out for a feline gymnastics team? Maybe you smiled and thought, ah, they want some belly rubs. So you reach out, hand full of love, and suddenly, claws, a little nip, and a look that says, what are you doing? If that's ever happened to you, let me tell you, there's a lot more going on in that roll than you think. In this video, we're uncovering 8 powerful reasons why cats roll around when they see you, and only one of them is actually about affection. Let's begin with a question nearly every cat parent has asked themselves at some point. Why don't cats like belly rubs? I mean, come on, how can anyone resist that soft, fluffy tummy just waiting there in all its glory? It looks like an open invitation. But here's the thing, it's usually not. For most cats, the belly isn't a playground. It's a no-touch zone, and there's a good reason why. That exposed stomach houses some of their most vital organs, making it one of the most vulnerable parts of their body. In the wild, a cat would only reveal their belly in 2 scenarios, total trust or total surrender. And while that flopped over pose might look like a sweet request for affection, it's often more of a silent message that says, I feel safe with you, not please pet me. So if your cat rolls over in front of you, they might not be asking for belly rubs at all. They could just be stretching, cooling off, or showing that they trust you enough to let their guard down. It's a quiet gesture, full of meaning, because like so many things in the feline world, it's not about what it looks like on the surface, it's about what it says underneath. And that brings us to the first real reason your cat might be rolling around when they see you. Number 1, they trust you. When a cat flops onto their back and shows you their belly, they're revealing their most vulnerable spot. No wild cat would ever do that unless they felt absolutely undeniably safe. So if your cat does this around you, it's not just cute, it's profound. Even if they swat you away the second you reach in for a belly rub, don't take it personally. Because the roll, that was the real gesture. That was the trust. You've earned your place in their inner circle. Number 2, they're marking you. Here's something most people don't realize. Your cat may not use words, but they're constantly communicating through scent. Hidden in their cheeks, paws, flanks, even the base of their tail are scent glands. So when they roll across your carpet, your bed, or right over your feet, they're not just being playful, they're claiming you. It's their way of saying, this is mine, and so are you. And if they choose your favorite blanket or your lap for a good roll, that's even more intimate. They're blending their scent with yours, reinforcing the bond between you in a language only cats truly understand. Number 3, they might be in heat. Now let's talk about something a little more serious, especially if your cat is female and hasn't been spayed. If you've noticed her rolling around on the floor repeatedly, paired with excessive meowing, raised hindquarters, or a sudden change in behavior, she might be going into heat. And while it might look silly or dramatic, like she's just being extra, it's actually her body's way of saying something very specific. During this phase, rolling is more than just play. It's a biological signal. It helps spread her scent, marking her territory and alerting nearby males that she's ready to mate. It's instinctual. It's powerful. And truthfully, it can be pretty uncomfortable for her. Many cats in heat seem restless, vocal, and even agitated, not because they're upset with you, but because their hormones are in overdrive. If this becomes a regular occurrence and you're not planning on breeding, it's a good idea to speak with your vet about spaying. Not only does it prevent unwanted litters, but it also spares your cat from the stress of recurring heat cycles. A calmer, more comfortable cat means a happier home for both of you. Number 4, they're inviting you to play. Think back to the last time your cat rolled over and then reached up to swat your hand. To us, that might feel like mixed signals, or even a betrayal. But to your cat, that's pure play. Cats have a very different play style than we do. What might look like aggression, ears back, little nips, a swift paw to the wrist, is actually totally normal feline behavior. In fact, when your cat rolls over and starts batting at you, maybe chirping or making those quick, breathy exhale sounds, they're not angry. They're inviting you into their game. That roll is a launch pad for play. It's their way of saying, I'm in a playful mood, Come interact with me. But that doesn't mean you should use your hands as a toy. Human hands are for love, not for swatting practice. Use a wand toy, a kicker pillow, or even a shoelace. Supervised, of course. The goal is to channel that playful energy in a way that keeps the bond strong and your fingers safe. Number 5. They're trying to relieve itching or deal with parasites. Now, let's take a moment to shift the lens, because not every roll is rooted in joy or affection. Sometimes, it's your cat's way of saying, something doesn't feel right. If you notice your cat frequently rolling on rough surfaces like the carpet or concrete, biting at their sides, or acting unusually restless, it might not be a quirky habit. It could be discomfort. Parasites like fleas or mites are notorious culprits here. And for a cat, who can't exactly scratch their own back with a brush, rolling becomes a desperate way to reach the itch they just can't get to. You might also see them grooming excessively, licking or biting at specific spots, or even developing little patches of irritated skin. These are red flags, and your cat's way of waving the white flag. If these signs show up together, it's not something to brush off. A trip to the vet can provide relief, and more importantly, stop a small issue from becoming a serious one. Because sometimes, love means paying attention to the quiet ways they ask for help. Number 6. They're regulating their body temperature. Let's talk comfort, because if there's one thing cats have mastered, it's the art of staying cozy. Whether it's the middle of summer or the dead of winter, your cat knows exactly how to find the perfect temperature. On hot days, you might catch them sprawled belly up on the kitchen tiles, limbs stretched like they're trying to melt into the floor. And in cooler months, they're curled into tight balls near sun-drenched windows or nestled beside the warm hum of your laptop. But what does rolling have to do with all of this? A lot, actually. When a cat rolls over onto a surface, they're increasing body contact with it, whether to soak up heat or cool down. It's their instinctive way of adjusting their internal thermostat. So if your cat has a favorite corner to flop and roll in, take note. It's not just cute, it's climate control in action. Every little stretch, every flop, is part of their brilliant, built-in system for comfort. And honestly, wouldn't it be nice if we had one of those? Number 7. They're experiencing physical discomfort. Sometimes, what looks like a quirky little roll might actually be your cat trying to tell you something feels off. Just like we might stretch or shift in our chair when something aches, cats may roll to ease mild physical discomfort, whether it's a sore muscle, a gassy tummy, or a bit of digestive unease. It's subtle, but if the rolling seems sudden or uncharacteristic, especially if it's paired with other signs like low energy, loss of appetite, or hiding behavior, it's worth paying attention. Rolling by itself isn't always a red flag. In fact, it's usually harmless. But behavioral shifts? Those are a cat's quiet way of waving a little flag that says, something's not quite right. So if you notice your cat rolling more than usual, and especially if it seems compulsive or paired with signs of distress, don't ignore it. It might just be their way of trying to get comfortable, or trying to get your attention. Number 8. They're simply enjoying the sensation. And now, sometimes the answer really is that simple. Because let's be honest, some rolls aren't about instinct, discomfort, or communication. They're just about joy. Have you ever walked past a sun-warmed patch of floor and thought, I could lie down right there? Your cat has the same thought, and acts on it. A soft rug, a crinkly blanket, a pool of afternoon light. These things feel amazing to a cat's body. So they roll, and stretch, and purr. Sometimes they even make little chirpy sounds or blink at you slowly, totally relaxed. If you've noticed your cat returns to the same exact spot every day to roll and wiggle and flop like they're in bliss, congratulations. You found one of their comfort zones, their rolling sanctuary. And in that moment, your cat isn't stressed, anxious, or in pain. They're just happy, which might be the most beautiful reason of all. Before we wrap up, here's a gentle reminder. Just because your cat rolls over doesn't mean they're asking for pets. Always let their body language be your guide. Are their pupils wide? Is the tail flicking? Are those ears pinned back? These are signs to give them space. Instead of rushing in for a belly rub, try something different. Sit nearby. Speak softly. Let them come to you on their own terms. If you found this peek into your cat's secret language fascinating, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. There's so much more to uncover about the quiet ways cats speak with us. See you in the next video.